Hello and welcome to the weekly Soul Guidance by myself, Rebecca, founder of Libra Lights, and this is for week commencing the 21st of November. So in this video I'm going to do a card pull, then we're going to do a little lotus meditation and working with bringing some joy into your life for this week with sulphur and bumblebee jasper. So that will be at the end of the video and I'll bring in some of my soul language. So the card deck we're going to work with today is a fairly new one that I've just purchased called the Interactive Cards. They're not tarot, they're not oracle, and they're beautifully illustrated. And I'll tell you a bit more about the creator of them and the purpose of them. But I've been using them a lot in my spiritual life coaching sessions. So the illustrator, creator and publisher is called Sharon Sargent Eckstein, and she works together with a guy called Tom Holmes, who has created a book that goes with these, which is called Parts Work, that you can get on Amazon. I've just ordered it so I can understand more about the cards. But they were created to be used in a methodology that's called parts work therapy that I'm not qualified in, but it's really interesting to read about it. And there's a method called internal family systems, I think IFS, that therapists use. But the idea behind the card is that these different images are different parts of yourself. So you pull a card and then you have a look at the image. Oh, this one was on my Instagram stories recently. And you kind of tap into it and ask yourself how that card represents a part of you that's present at the moment. So how I use it in my spiritual life coaching sessions is obviously we're working on a goal. In any area of your life, this goal can be. And despite your great efforts, you're not achieving that goal. So using these cards to work out what inner conflict is present. And the inner conflict is often one that's happening between different parts of yourself. So I pull a card for the client I'm working with, which part of you is in conflict at the moment. Show them the card and they tell me what they're getting off that card. That's an interesting one, isn't it? So she's looking in the mirror but seeing something different to what's actually real. And then all those things on the side. Oh, an exercise list for each day. God, I can relate to that. Okay, so most of us have parts, like different selves that are prevalent in our day-to-day life when different events are occurring. And this is a great way of unburying them using this deck. So what I'm going to do today is a collective reading. I'm going to pull 5 cards from this deck. I've already pulled them. They're here. I don't know what they are yet. And we're going to... This is kind of a bit different, so I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. Card 1 is going to be your soul gift, what you came here to express and share with the world. Card 2 is going to be your karmic wound, something that you came here to heal, came to Earth to heal. Card 3 is going to be your life lesson. What did you come here to learn? Card 4 is your current obstacle, a thing that's challenging you the most. And card 5 is the soul calling. What's your soul calling you towards? So let's see if this works, shall we? So card 1, your soul gift, what you came here to express and share with the world. I have not seen this card before. Wow. Okay. So I think they're the symbols for male and female. And there is half female, half male here. With what feels to me like the cosmos separating them. And then that middle one is a star. So I think this is about masculine, feminine energy for me. But, have a think about what you're getting from that card. You may want to pause and journal on this card, but this is what you came here to express and share with the world. And obviously part of our spiritual path is learning to balance the masculine and feminine sides, isn't it? So I feel like collectively this is what we came here to express and share with the world is how others can balance their masculine and feminine energies and come into this perfect yin-yang energy. So do you feel like you're balancing your masculine and feminine? Are you out of balance? So to be in balance with both, feminine is all about going internal, meditation, nurturing yourself, quietening down, and masculine energy is about action, very externally focused, lots of energy. So bringing those two into balance is a task, but it's something that we should, on a daily basis be working towards, making sure we're not out of balance. So out of balance with the masculine, aggressive, action, to-do list, no downtime. Out of balance with the feminine, not caring for yourself. You know that you're not feeling good, but you're carrying on, doing all of your tasks, rather than sitting with yourself, connecting with yourself, saying, what do I need? And giving yourself that, a bath, read a book, a walk, have a think about how you can bring those two sides of yourself into balance. Okay, so that worked so far. It looks like it's going to work. Karmic wound. What did you come here to heal as a soul? So this lady is definitely out of balance with her feminine side. Is this you? Let's have a good look at this. So much on these cards. So much. Too much coffee. Literally, I have just had 2 coffees and it's only 5 to 11. So that was not a good idea, Rebecca. I normally only have 1 a day. Lots of cats. Oh, her coffee's dripping on the floor, overflowing. Too much in her cup. 1 sock on, 1 sock off. Not dressed herself properly. Bins overflowing. Wow. What you came here to heal then is getting in touch with your feminine side. Now we know at the moment the feminine is on the rise, the goddess is coming back. Woohoo! So this is what we came here to do, bring the goddess energy back, help females step back into their power. We've been suppressed for so long, but we are on our way back. So we came here to heal the feminine side. Now this goes for guys as well. It doesn't just attach to a gender. If you're a male watching this, how can you get in touch with your feminine side? How can you go into yourself and connect with your soul and nurture yourself and be quiet and still? Love that card. Okay, it's working, it's working. So the wound you came here to heal is a female wound. The life lesson, what you came here to learn. So he looks angry. He wants his voice to be heard. He's a bit not dressed very well, a bit scruffy, overweight, the shirt's popping, on his soapbox, and look at the audience, they're scared of him. So this to me is the masculine being out of balance. Do you know what? I'll say this every time. I love spirit. These cards are totally connected with each other. Bloody brilliant. Masculine's out of balance here. So life lesson, what you came here to learn. His shoes are undone as well. To get the masculine in balance. So let's have a look at this. This is brilliant. That's somebody with their feminine out of balance. That's somebody with their masculine. Masculine's overbearing here. aggressive. Look at his face. Not being aware of what he's eating, because obviously what he's eating, he's making bad choices with what he's eating, because he's got that extra weight around the stomach, which in turn could cause health conditions like diabetes too. And we know people with large waist circumferences are what's the word, likely to have heart attacks. I can't think of the word. So he's unaware of what he's doing to his body because he's so action orientated, and he's angry. He wants people to listen to him. So this guy needs to tap into his feminine side. He needs to step off there. He needs to put that down. He needs to close his eyes and just listen to what his soul's telling him. Amazing. Now, what's the obstacle, the thing that's stopping us from balancing our masculine and feminine sides? I've not seen this card before in this deck either. So we've got a judge. So this card hasn't really got much on it compared to the other cards. I was just trying to work out what this is. Don't know. We've basically got a judge with a judgy face. I need to get more words in my vocabulary. And a pointy finger and a judgy face. So I think what's stopping us from getting this balance with our masculine and feminine is us judging ourselves and feeling like we're being judged by others. So you need to find a way of quietening the internal voice that is your judge. Judge, jury, and executioner, I'm hearing. So it's almost as if this is our inner critic as well, our ego, and quietening it. So in my experience, the way that you quieten this judge, and in the work that I do in my coaching, is you listen to it first of all, because often we just go, oh, whatever, and don't listen. Listen, write down what your inner critic is saying to you, and then say, thank you, well, I appreciate you trying to protect me. Thank you, but I'm okay. We're going to be okay, and I'm now going to move you from the driver's seat to the back seat. I'm taking hold of the wheel, and I'll still, I appreciate what you're saying to me, but everything's okay. So how can you quieten that inner critic? And then what's your soul calling you towards? This feels like another inner critic, doesn't it? Similar faces, similar facial expressions. So this lady is out of balance with her feminine side because she's all in the masculine. The list, the to-do list. I don't know if you can read what's on there. It's like brush your teeth, comb your hair, rake the yard, take out the trash, clean the garage, wash the car, be politically active, save the whales, save the world. Sometimes it does feel like that, doesn't it? We have a spiritual awakening and we're like, oh my God, I should be doing all this stuff now. So this is a masculine. Looking at these cards, I think there is a theme that it is the masculine that's out of balance. We've all got too much masculine power, and that's what needs to step back, because this woman's overly masculine. Her masculine energies are taking over. This man, his masculine energies are taking over. This guy, masculine energies taking over. And this woman, her masculine energies are taking over. So it feels like what's tremendously out of balance at the moment with the collective is our feminine side. masculine is like that, feminine side is like that. And what we need is them to both be like that. To be like that. So this card is what your soul is calling you towards. We do not want to go towards this. So that it's really a card that's saying, what is your soul not calling you towards? We do not want to go towards this. So I'm going to pull another card there and say, can we have a card to show what our soul is calling us towards? Ha! This card's come out again. And what a great card. This person is fully balanced in their masculine and feminine energies, in their power, fully empowered, a light warrior, stood tall, light shining down on them. And this is where you can get to when you balance your masculine and feminine energies. I'm going to finish there. Okay, so that totally works with that deck of cards. So I'll put in the description what these cards are if you want to get them and where you can get them and the book that goes with them, but they're absolutely brilliant. Fab, thank you. So I have a sip of my coffee. I shouldn't really after that card, but I am. If you think about it, coffee has got a masculine energy, hasn't it? Because it gets your energy going, which then turns. And if you have too much coffee, obviously caffeine overload, and you can become a bit of aggressive. So yeah, doesn't really help with the feminine energies. That. So what I wanted to do now, and yellow is the theme today. Yellow is here to bring some joy into your life this week. Just a very quick meditation. So sulfur, and you have to be careful when you're handling this, you have to wash your hands after it because of the properties that are in it. But sulfur has a negative energy charge, which makes it great for absorbing negative energies. So if you're going to be around negative energies, it would be great to have some sulfur, and I just love this yellow colour. Yellow is associated with joy. It's beneficial for willfulness. It's great to help you with exhaustion, great to help you with creativity, and it blocks repetitive and distracting thought patterns and grounds your thought processes into the here and now. It's fantastic. And then, of course, the gorgeous bumblebee, Jasper, just helps you to stay buzzing throughout your day. Even when you're constantly being hit with negative energies, it's fantastic. So these are on my laptop here and will be giving us the energy that we need while we do this very quick meditation. So what I want you to do is put your hands into, I've got sulfur all over my hands now, into Lotus Mudra, which is your thumbs and your little fingers together, and hold this in front of your heart. And what we're going to do is breathe a bubble of light into this lotus, and then we're going to move it into our heart centres. And I might speak some soul language as we're doing it, with the intention that this soul language adds to our bubble of light and to the joy that we're going to put into our hearts to help us get through the week. So hands in Lotus Mudra, closing eyes. And before we start, I want you to go back to a memory that brought you lots of joy. So it could be when you held your child for the first time, or when you held your puppy for the first time, or the day you got married. So let's locate that memory and feel the joy that was around that event. So you're holding that baby, you're holding that puppy, you're looking into your husband-to-be's or wife-to-be's or partner-to-be's eyes. And you back there You're back in that moment. Can you feel the joy? So hold on to that feeling as you start breathing in that joy and then breathing it out into this lotus and creating a ball of light between your hands. So breathing in the joy and breathing that joy into the ball of light that's starting to form in between your eyes. Breathing in and breathing out that joy into that ball of light, and the ball of light is starting to expand and get bigger, and you can feel the energy. It's becoming stronger in your hands. Kulakara manakasha, fu shalamanakala. Kurumalakura malakasha fashakanamaka. And the ball of light is pulsating now, and you feel the energy in your hands. Karamalaka shakafasuku, kurusikamanakisiki, fushukusuku. Kulamanakashiki, kuramanaka, fushukosobasiki, kalanamanakas, chikitiki, ramanakuku. And this feeling of joy is getting bigger inside your heart and inside this ball of light in your hands. Karamalakashiki, kuramanakala. Kushikasiki, pokrumanakashi, romalakaski, kuramanakashukuka. And breathing in this beautiful energy and breathing it out into this ball of light. And now taking one hand onto your heart and the other hand on top of that hand. And we're pushing this ball of light into our heart space. Karamalakashasi, karamanakashasi. Cool of kuku, ramanakasha pasakasiki, ramanalakakai, and manakuku, kukukuku, shasifiki, ramanaka. And feeling this ball of light and joy moving from the heart center now throughout your body, up to your crown chakra and down to your root, through your legs to the sole of your feet. And know that this energy is there for you to tap into during the week ahead. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.